Hello and welcome, or welcome back. I hope you're having a good day. Today we're going to be doing something different as a video. I actually found out that there is a quest. It's a side quest that spawns right after you finish the MSQ. So first of all, big spoiler warning: if you have not finished the 6.2 MSQ, or if you're still going through it, or if you are further back in the story and you don't want to know, or if you have finished but this is the first time you're hearing about this quest and you want to go through it yourself first and then come back to see the reaction to it or whatever, yeah, make sure to do that later. So yeah, there's your spoiler warning. It's in Meghaduta, right? Well, by the close to the etherite, and the quest giver is Radiant Scout. So yeah, let's go. Shadow Pass. Something has this Radiant Scout unnerved. Ah, Mistress V, you could not have appeared at a better time. You see, while out patrolling the city, I chanced to sight a void scent. That's weird. I immediately chased it down with the intent of eliminating it, but something about it struck me as odd. For one, it made no move to defend itself, it simply sat there, jiggling, which is why, against my better judgment, I decided to capture it instead. Having traveled to the Void, I dare say you have considerable knowledge of its denizens. If you have a moment, might I trouble for your opinion on the creature's unusual behavior? I'm truly grateful. Now, if you would follow me, the creature is being held in the Hall of the Radiant Host. But how would they even arrive here? That's unusual. Alright, where's the Hall of the Radiant Host? Okay. Alright, I guess this is where we go. Hmm. Okay, here we are. Here it is. Surprisingly docile even when I captured it, and there have been no reports of attacks prior to that. Even so, it's the nature of Voidsent to prey on people for their ether. Perhaps it bides its time, waiting to carry out some matter of scheme. You! I remember you! Yes, you are at Troya. Please, you must help me. I don't remember this guy. Are we gonna help it? Not sure I like this. Oh, you do understand me. I understand the mortal tongue well enough, but I don't have a mouth to produce the sounds. It's been a struggle to convey my thoughts, but not anymore. You can help me. Yes, you can. You can converse with the voice then. Amazing. Could you ask it why it came here? I like her how we're like crouching down to be on his level. When you and yours stormed the castle, I was caught up in the fighting and died. In time I returned, but I tire of fighting, so I fled, using the gate to your world. Having just been reborn, however, my essence hadn't fully bound together yet, and so when I emerged from the gate, it was as several sundered selves. Oh my god. Frightened and confused, they scattered. Following their trail led me here, my diminutive size allowing me to remain largely unseen. But by the same token, I can do little more than sneak about. Each of us has weak and was weak and powerless. That's why we consumed one another in the first place. Together we were strong. I want you to help me find all of me, so that I can be whole again. Wait, who did they consume? Each other. Well, like I don't know. What do you like? I guess he wants to retire here. I live here, of course. I always wanted to. We still remember the past, you see. Still remember when we were mortals. We know we long to have that life again, but we need your help, starting by reuniting us. We won't try to devour anyone, even when we're whole, I swear. I don't know if I could trust it. You wish to learn more about the Void, yes? There's much we can teach about those who rule its domains, about their past. Find the others, and they'll tell you all they know. No eating, no tricks. We have a bargain. I think we should probably talk to Zero about this. Or anyone, really. So it crossed over to our world to escape conflict, and now searches for the rest of itself. I understand boys that are quite reliable when it comes to fulfilling a pact, and I dare say having one as an ally would benefit our search into their world. Very well. It would be if you would be as so kind as to search for its kin, I will consult my superiors on how to best deal with them. Amazing. By that, I take it we have a bargain. Good, good. I sense four others close by. When you find them, you need only point them in this direction. Once they sense my presence, I can guide them the rest of the way. Okay. I like it when they do a funny thing like this. Like when they I don't know, when they make it super entertaining to do these like post quests. It's not like I don't know, they want to tell us more about their lore and their background and whatnot, but it's like it's the premise of it is just funny. Oh, hi. What's that? I asked you to search for me in exchange for knowledge about powerful void send? I was still wanting to see this and that, but I suppose a deal is a deal. So he's just gonna. Oh, those men over there, soldiers are they not? We used to have soldiers in our world too. There were lots of them during the Contra Memoria. Ah, back when we were warding, are you? I hear you fought well against the void set that slipped through. Is that him as well? How now? I merely did my duty. Haven't we all sworn to protect our nation, no matter the cost? They fought the little thing? Protect our nation. How familiar are those words? Where was it that I heard it? No, they're talking about the other. Never mind. Ah, yes. It was the early days of Contra Memoria. The enemy had conjured a terrible Eidolon that laid siege to a fortress. The garrison was made up of ordinary soldiers, men and women with no remarkable abilities, but led by their valiant commander, they fought bravely and desperately. They had to last until the Memoriat arrived, the commander told them. Needed to hold out no matter the cost. The Memoriat did eventually arrive, but not soon enough for the soldiers. Oh. Having struck down the Eidolon, the Memoriat and his servants searched the castle for survivors. They found only the dead. That's terrible. But just when they have given up all hope, a faint groaning reached their ears. They rushed over to the sound and cleared away debris. To find a lone survivor, the garrison commander, of course. Instead of joy, however, the sight of the man filled them with anger. Well, I can understand that. It looks like he hid himself well. Your soldiers are slaughtered to a man, yet there's barely a scratch on you. What's the meaning of this? The Eidolon was savage but mindless. It was a simple thing to hide myself beneath falling debris. So he's a coward. Hide! As commander, you had a duty to your men. You were supposed to put their lives before your own. Spare me. My duty was to ensure the forces stood, and it did. Besides, my death would have achieved nothing, honor be damned. No, I'm sworn to protect our nation, and to do that I must live. It isn't my fate to fall here. It isn't your fate, you say. Well, I understand. Like, he. Oh, 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 oh. Like, I understand his point, but I understand them too. Nearly unconscious. Come, let's bury the soldiers, and their commander with them. So they're gonna bury him alive? What? Fate shall decide what becomes of him, whether he lives or dies. Very well, my lord. Maybe like the voice send is one of Funeral rites were later held for the fallen, but solemn tears quickly gave way to horrified screams as a body emerged from the earth. The commander. I can't die. I must live, the man is said to have declared. The people thought him a demon, a disheveled R, muttering curses as he wandered off to regions unknown. Scarmigli. Oh, shit! Scarmiglion, they called him, a name befitting his newfound grisly visage, a name befitting a monster. Wow. Wow, that's quite a bit of lore. We thought we buried him deep, but a mortal's desire to live is not to be underestimated. So this guy would be like one, like the black-haired guy, maybe the one who was in the cutscene. You're mortal, so I expect you understand that desire. Well, that concludes my tale. I had best rejoin myself, if you'll excuse me. Oh, the sound that it makes when it moves. That's so cute. Okay, so we go to Miri's place. Can't read that word. No way. There we go. Where is this? I was like, is it upstairs? It was like showing an arrow, but oh, not that one. So this is where mortals consume ether. Dreading loneliness more than hunger. How very like me. If you don't mind though, I'd like to observe the mortals a while longer. The food here is simply sublime. While I feel strangled with every bite, as if the Murka themselves were granting me their blessing. The food is tasty, that's true enough, but no food is so sublime as to be a substitute for proper training, my friend. Stronger with every bite, every feed. Yeah, I bet he's gonna resonate with that. For my part of the bargain, I will tell you about how we Voidsen become strong. Simply put, it depends on the quality and quantity of ether we harbor. When the world was consumed by darkness, the heroes known as Memoriates arose as powerful Voidsent. In contrast, the vast majority of mortals, powerless and unremarkable as they were, became ordinary Voidsent, like me. There were exceptions, of course, but one in particular I'll never forget. Why does he look sad? I don't know if a one-eyed creature with no mouth can look sad, but here we are. Scarmiglione. Never had I seen a voice so craven. Even when pushed to the brink of starvation, he would prey only on those weaker than himself. He subsided on scant leavings, and lived in constant fear and hunger. So he's a bully. In the face of danger, a void sense stronger than himself, fleeing was the only option. But a day came when he found his way barred. I really like how they did this story. How pitiful. Oh, oh, that callback? Such overwhelming ether. Who is this? You fled instead of facing your foe. Why? Why? I'm too weak. Why else? I would have been devoured. So had you enough strength, you would have stood your ground. Very well then. I doubt it. He escaped the first time, didn't he? That like that's ether. What's happening? Yes, I feel it. The power is swelling within me. That's creepy. Lo, your foe returns. Oh, that was damn. What have you done to me? I granted you but a sliver of ether. Was with the power you already possessed that you defeated your foe. I possess such power? Fear had clouded your eyes, blinded you to the strength you had attained feeding on the weak. If you could free yourself from fear, then join me. You shall have a greater cause to live for and no true power. Curious how, in a world without death, the fear of it could be the key to a great strength. The knight recognized this, recognized the void sense potential, and thus did he take him into his service. So that's how they came to be. Determined as he is to live, it wouldn't surprise me if he were still somewhere out there. Not anymore, right? He'd been He'd be even more powerful now, I expect, from all the devouring he would have done since. Unlike your world, eating actually makes you stronger in ours. Well, I must be going now. The others are waiting. Oh, I want that pet. I don't know if there is one. There isn't one in this patch. Okay, so the next there's airship landing as well. Excuse me. I'm fine. Maybe. Okay. Oh, there's Zero standing right there. The way the sky changes color with the passage of time is probably a mundane thing to you, but to me it's a marvel. I dare say I won't soon grow bored in this world. Oh, it's so nice that they put her there. That's awesome. Ah, what a refreshing breeze. I'm to return to the others? Ah, they should come here. uh, would you look at this beautiful, boundless sky? Mortals take to the air from here, would they not? Would that I had wings to soar among the clouds myself. Guess all the Voidsends are gonna like the sky. But we Voidsend are not wont to roam, you see. The mightiest among us carve out domains, while the rest labor to stay in their good graces. Now the master of a domain seldom ventures outside, for it is in one's territory that one is strongest. That sounds like me. For some, however, such confinement proved trying, as was the case of a certain Voidshead I knew. I speak of the free-spirited terror, Barbaritia. When she first established her domain, she willed away the days waiting for her minions to bring her prey. The ether amassed from these offerings were devoted to the singular pleasure of caring for her silky, flowing locks, but the resources of her domain were not without their limits. It was only when none remained to oppose her that she realized she was a prisoner in her own domain, and unless she broke free, she would inevitably wither away alone. Not knowing what to do, she had fallen into the depths of despair when the hand of salvation came to pull her out. That's a bit of a creepy picture. At this rate, my precious hair will frazzle and fray, had I only the strength to leave my domain. Oh, that's how. If strength is your desire, that is easily granted. Who are you? So much power surging through me. And what will you do with it? What is it you desire? That's like Lucifer asking a question. What I desire is. Oh gosh. Hold on. Get away from here. You would move your very domain. Impressive. That I can do such a thing. What have you done to me? I granted you ether, nothing more. It was your will that made it possible. My will? Even so, no matter where you should go, there's naught but darkness. What could your destination possibly be? But she didn't look like that. Destination? I have no need of such. I wish but to be free like the wind. In a world that has met its end, rare indeed is the soul who desires freedom so ardently that she could will her very domain to move. Recognizing this quality, the knight would grant her more power and a place of command in his mighty army. I see. So I guess we're just gonna learn about these two. We're not gonna learn about the third and fourth because they're like probably a part of the next patch. A story worthy of our bargain, I trust. I might have had more to tell had I not fallen off her domain. It seems your immortals also have a fondness for flying. I'd certainly like to try riding one of these airships of yours, but perhaps another time. My other selves will be a blubbering mess if I don't hurry and rejoin them. How did they determine who the main self was? They all look to be about the same size. I don't know. It seems like one of them was aware that like the other ones were missing. I guess like he like keep the like the master controls or whatever, or was he just the only one who wished for this to happen? Right. Last one. Oh, there he is. My other self grows lonely, you say. My apologies. It was my intent to seek out the others, but I was distracted by the bickering pair of mortals yonder. My goodness, but there's been some colorful language. To hell's with your father. Also, he got caught up in some drama. You shouldn't need his permission just to leave the goddamned house. Please mind your language. What would father say if he were to hear you? So I'm going to guess that he's her boyfriend and she's like either like grounded or not able to go out and he's just like not happy with that. Oh no, never mind. Um it's always father this, father that with you. I'm sick of it. You're your own woman now. Bloody act like one for a change. Colorful language, yes? Not from the girl though. Oh no, she appears to be quite well bred. I just hope she's happier than a girl I knew long, long ago. Oh, is that how she came to be? That girl was born into a family of thugs who suddenly found themselves nobility. She was raised as a noblewoman and had servants tending to her every need, but in the end she was merely a beautiful bird kept in a gilded cage. Wanting her to be a proper lady, her parents presided over all aspects of her life. They decided everything for her, telling her what to say and do. Chafing from the fetters of her restricted life, she solicited her handmaiden's aid and stole outside the manor, where she enjoyed a moment of bliss unbeknownst to her parents, or so she thought. I guess this is why she's been like craving freedom. It was not long before her father dragged her back to her room, barring the door and windows, denying her even the simple pleasure of an afternoon breeze. Even a bird in a cage may chirp freely, but she wasn't even suffered to give voice to her desires. But she wouldn't be deterred. Having once tasted sweet freedom, she yearned for more, and one day she succeeded in sneaking out of the manor a second time. You're late. I was beginning to think you wouldn't come. If you're expecting your friends, I'm afraid they're not coming. Oh, that's her dad. Oh, that's no good. Father, how did you. What do you mean they're not coming? Jeez. I had known that some miscreants were cowarding in these parts, but to think that they dared to try to consort with my daughter. Well, you needn't worry about them anymore. They're food for the fishes now? Dad killed her friends? Like, what? This is messed up. How could you do this, father? Why must you torment me so? Maybe she kills him. Know your place, girl. You're a means for our family to gain influence, and I won't have you sullying yourself with a riffraff. With riffraff. Uh oh. Uh oh. Oh, now you've done it. Oh, this is how we got a new trial in this patch. You will not leave your chambers, save my permission, nor will you disobey me again. If you do so, there will be severe consequences. Am I understood? I said, am I understood? To howl. What did you say? Oh my god. She has an. Oh my god. I said, go to hell. And they still called her dutiful daughter. Like, Jesus. No way. No way. Oh my god. She's like happy. Very happy. Oh, to think that it could be so exhilarating to speak my mind, to do as I please. No more living in a cage. From this moment on, I am free. Free as the wind. She's just gotta leave him there with an axe in his head. Savage. The young woman struck out on her own, and in her travels discovered her true calling: murder? Not in the halls of lords and ladies, but on the battlefield. Yeah, murder. She became a force of nature, famed for her striking beauty, which bellied a terrible savagery. And with this new life, she also claimed a new name, Barbaritia. Holy shit. Indeed, she found her freedom, but did she also find happiness, I wonder? I suppose I'll never know. Nor does it matter, for the world that once was is no more. Oh, but goodness me, I better rejoin the others. For a side quest, this is so well crafted. You have found the last of the void set. Time to head back to the Hall of the Radiant Host. Wow. This is actually so well written. Like I was surprised that for the quality of this side quest that it was so inconspicuous. And I'm glad you guys warned me on stream that I should probably do this as a separate video because I was gonna do this on stream, but I didn't want to spoil anyone the story, which is why I said I would do it and then I didn't. But I'm glad that I'm just gonna do this as a separate thing because no one deserves to have this spoiled. It's too good. Way too good. Oh! Thank you so much for finding me. I hope the knowledge I had to share was worthy of our agreement. More than worthy, I'd say. They told me I was Scrimmagian by Brigia. How did you come to know the Archfiends? Yeah, like he was like in both of the places apparently. My other selves lived quite desperate lives both as mortals and void sent, though I suppose it is rather fortuitous that they crossed paths with such powerful void sent. But more importantly, what they could offer was worthy of our bargain. For that I'm glad. I love how they're like dancing in tune. All that remains now is for us to rejoin and become whole again. Oh, That's disgusting, but okay. Huh? Is this not all of me? What? There can be no other explanation. There's still more of me lost out there somewhere. I don't sense them. Where could they have gone? You mean there's more of them wandering about? By the sisters. Ah, at the very least, if what you say is true, they pose no threat to the people. Until the others can be found, we will keep these five under our care. Hey, maybe this is like a side quest that will have a continuation in the next story, because I would assume, because we found out about two of the void sense, and I guess we're gonna find out about more of them. Maybe we get him as a pet at the end. That would be so cool. Should I sense the others nearby? Hope we can count on you to find them too. That was so cool. Like I'm guessing that after the next patch we are going to get the second part of this quest. That would be so cool. This is really good. Like the background of this story is crazy. It's just so inconspicuous, and I'm really happy that I'm gonna make this into a video, because this quest actually deserves to just get more people to find out about it, because I doubt that there's a lot of people who just like look at the map trying to find out something that there's something to do, especially if they haven't cleared like all the side quests, and they will not notice that there's one more on the map. So yeah, if you watch this far, I'm going to guess that you also did the quest, and I'd like to hear what you thought about it and what your predictions are for like the next change. Do you think we'll get him as a pet? Do you think we'll get like to hear the rest of the two stories? Like I think so. I maybe there's something else that might happen that I'm not aware of. But anyway, this was really cool, and thank you for watching it with me again. I hope in case you've already done it, but if you haven't and you still wanted to catch up with it, thanks for watching the video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.